Welcome back to centre court in Palembang for the men's doubles gold medal match. India against Kazakhstan in the shape of India's Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan, the top seeds, taking on Kazakhstan's Alexandr Bublik and Denis Yevseyev, who are the number 11 pairing. Temperature has risen since the start of the day into the low 30s degrees Celsius. The humidity still pretty high, but a bit of breeze around, perhaps a bit more than we had yesterday, and that, I guess, is welcome from certainly from the players' point of view, because one of those on court, Mr. Bublik no less, the towering figure at the far end as we're looking onto it, he really suffered in the heat yesterday and had to pull out of his singles contest midway through the second set. In fact, he ended up on the deck and had to be stretchered off. There he is on the left of shot, just practicing his serving. And this was how he looked at one point yesterday when the sun was beating down. And there, just you can see on his last legs, it seemed at the time, he served underhand and then completely dizzy. It's a horrible place to be, but this was his recovery. This is him later in the evening, coming back to play the doubles and hitting some great ball along with Yevseyev to get through a close semi-final, and delight for the two from Kazakhstan to get through to this title decider. Well, they are tall, towering figures with big serves, but what they lack is a doubles title. Neither of them has ever picked up one of those, but the men in your picture now, just about. Bopanna on the right, very, very experienced. He has won 17 titles, and Sharan, his partner, with 3 as well. This is from yesterday. And Bopanna ticking off the volley nicely again, and a big return as well there. And he plays with good energy, and Sharan lively around the net. Look at that. So a lot of passion and pride being on court for their country together. And although Bopanna by far the standout player, Sharan has played for his country elsewhere. He played in Davis Cup. Of course, Bopanna's played many times in Davis Cup, but look back, he's only played the once, the lefty, here, but that was in 2012. He made his debut. It was in a group match against New Zealand. And he and his partner then came through in 5 sets. So he's got a perfect record in Davis Cup. That's pretty good.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's just Yevseyev, he just hopes that he can be selected once again, because obviously he enjoys playing for his country. And he's played really well this week. Got a quick glimpse of him earlier in the week on one of the outside courts. Got good returns on him. You mentioned his sharpness around the net. That is his real strength. I'd say the one weakness to his game, one area where he's a little vulnerable, is that second serve. It is attackable, but with Rohan perhaps helping him out at the net, he can hold serve. And Rohan, well, we know a lot about him. He's been around a long time, a former world #3. He's got 4 Masters 1000 titles to his name. He brings a lot of experience, firepower as well.
For both the teams, their progress rather similar. They won their first 2 matches in straight sets, and then their last 2, they needed match tie breaks to get through. 10-8 yesterday for the Indians, 10-7 for the Kazakhs. And we are almost ready to go. The Indians still in their seats, but very shortly we'll be out to get our second final underway. And it will be Rohan Bopanna, 38 years of age, currently ranked 36 in the world, but as I've said, he's been ranked as high as #3, and he will set this one on its merry way.
50 back.
Bublik, a man who loves to go for the big shot, and clearly looking to attack straight away in his first attempt on the return.
This.
Very soft hands on the volley. Nice first one, just wide with the second.
Easing that backhand around as well, Bopanna. Going for too much there.
Bopanna, who didn't take up tennis until he was 11, and said he didn't take it seriously until he was 19. Edgy stuff from Sharan.
That's amazing. That, isn't it? 11, that's very late to take it up and not to take it seriously throughout your kind of teenage years as well. It's unusual these days.
He was good at sport at school in lots of other areas. Oh, but that is a sumptuous shot from Bublik, the younger of the 2 Kazakhs, just 21 years of age. And I talked about ball striking magnificently on top of that one. So immediately a break point in this final for the underdogs in terms of their seeding. And the Kazakhs debating who's going to take this one. They're both saying, I'll take it. And ultimately, Bublik has got his way.
Yeah, I think he's pulling rank there.
Higher rank to the 2 as a singles player. But Yevseyev must be thinking, well, yeah, it's all very well, but you let one fly away. India on the board first.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, actually. Rohan's biggest weapon is that serve of his, but he looks as if he's just easing it in there at the moment. He has suffered with injury of late. Tore a right lat about 6 or 7 weeks ago. I just wonder if he's just feeling some of the effects today. Played a lot of tennis this week. Not really going after any of those sort of first serves there. You know, he's a man that's regularly around the 210 kilometers an hour mark. All of those serves around the 150.
Yeah, Bopanna played cricket and hockey and football at school. But then he said the real appeal was to play an individual sport, although of course he's actually made his way in tennis as a doubles player foremost. And says his ambition right now to win a medal at the Asian Games. Well, he's already secured one of those, but what colour will it ultimately be? Yeah, at times they're going to have to do that, aren't they? Get out of the way, because Bublik in particular just lights it up.
And the way that doubles is played as well, if you are a doubles expert, you like to get nice and tight to the net as well, so you haven't got much time to react. Something's being fired at you that quickly. Cleaned up. Also, Yevseyev on top of the net there. Directly down on that volley around the service line. That's where you're aiming.
Bopanna electing to take this on. Wow, it was a big serve, but it was an even better return.
Oh, this was something special. And Bublik sending that one down. It just shows you don't quite hit your spot. That was right in the strike zone for Bopanna. Made the most of it. Quick reactions.
Bit of payback from Yevseyev.
He has no problem generating his own pace. Very quick hand through the ball.
Just closing down the net smoothly in to join his partner up there. Made the semi-finals here 4 years ago in the Asian Games, did Sharan, which was further than Bopanna had been. He was a quarter-finalist way back in 2006. And the towering Indian takes that well.
Oh, it's a wonderful reflex volley initially. He was able to keep that volley out in front of him. Hardly any racket movement to this one.
Well, they know how to close things down and dominate at the net where they need to be. This is excellent work from the Indians to make this 3-love start to this final. bringing real confidence to the court, these two.
Yeah, Rohan right now has got a real aura about him on court. The most successful out of all the players, and he's using that to his advantage, looking very confident, very relaxed. I feel as if the Kazakh pair just need to up their intensity levels, looking a little flat at the moment. Doubles is so much about being sharp, bringing a lot of energy. Of course, Bublik, not easy for him. Happened yesterday.
We caught a glimpse there of Ankita Raina after she came on for that medal ceremony to pick up her bronze medal for the women's singles. And now alongside her teammates in support of the two Indians on court.
Wonderful return again from Bopanna, that time on the backhand. Sharan, I think that ball was just slanting wide. Had to play it though, couldn't take the risk.
Again, doing a bit of limbo dancing out of the way of that one.
Sharan by 3-1.
Not easy to deal with those. On your shoelaces, you've got to make an early decision whether to try and volley that one or take it on the half volley.
Sharan, who made the quarterfinals at Wimbledon this year, along with Artem Sitak from New Zealand.
A late decision to leave it. Bopanna was thinking his partner had it. Didn't react in time there. Should have been Sharan's though. That's a good, deep swinging serve. So important to make that first serve when you're under pressure. See how there's curl to it.
Maybe a way back in here for the Kazakhs. Bublik, who only started representing Kazakhstan last year.
No surprise, Yevseyev getting a go this time.
But like Bublik before him, unable to make anything of the attempt. And India, with the sun on their backs, leading 4-1. Look at some of the net play already from the Indians.
Has to deal with a couple of smashes, says Rohan. Good job. Reaction's always so vital around the net. Hardly a swing to those volleys, just reflex them over. Take note of how close they are to the net. Got to be brave to stand there.
Well, it was a lovely approach from Bopanna, but his partner let him down. Not the best volley, just put it onto Bublik's racket. Excuse me, onto Yevseyev's.
Real jack in the box there. Couple of good gets in this game overhead.
Well directed serve, Bublik this time able to hold on. Okay, Yevseyev pointing to his partner to say that's on the line.
His heart would have been in his mouth for just a second here, Sharan. He wasn't aiming for the baseline, I can tell you that. Got away with it.
A lot of adrenaline, of course, in a final. But the volley he made early on behind the serve was so good.
Struggling somewhat on the return at the moment to find real consistency.
Only a pop on the serve, A very direct route through there from Bopanna's volley. Strength in the arm to do this. And they are in charge at the moment, 5-2. So they're zipping through it very nicely at the moment for the Indians, but for the Kazakhs, finding the heat hard again, I should think. Bublik, surprising after what he suffered yesterday. That really was worrying to see him getting very dizzy on the court.
Yeah, it does look as if he's just struggling for a little bit of intensity out there. Compare him to when we saw him especially play just a couple of days ago, full of energy, bouncing around the court. But, not so much today, though. It takes a good few days to get over heat exhaustion. Low on energy levels.
The umpire straight to call this, so this finding the line well. Quick reaction. It wasn't a bad return, was it?
It was an excellent return. I think he'll sign for that every day of the week. Just biding his time nicely there. Bopanna not hitting the cover off the ball, but nice and accurate, good length and good width to this one. Towards that tram line, that's the idea.
Good nudge to that position, just catching out Bopanna here. Got it behind him.
That's an intelligent serve for a single-hander. It's very difficult to deal with. Kicking away up high.
And an ace keeps them in the set for one more game at least.
Getting a little bigger now from Rohan, 198 kilometers an hour. Taking a bit off that one, but again, a lot of swing to it and very accurate.
Just where it needed to go. And up to set points, the Indians move. Making good moves here. So one set done and dusted impressively. One more required for the title, 6-3.
Set that was well within themselves, you feel. Have to overplay the early break, and looks very good in that opening set. Just upping the pace on his serve as well. Was into the body, and then Got a swing to that one. He's got all the serves as Rohan. He's got the heavy kicker as well. Certainly power it through.
India already with one medal, the bronze for Ankita Raina in the women's singles, and now either gold or silver here, and at the moment it looks like the former. But such is the scoring system in doubles, of course. It's not out of the question by any stretch. They could find their way through and then take themselves to a match tie-break to decide it all.
Yeah, that first set was actually closer than actually thought, because they actually lost 2 games on a deciding point on Bopanna's serve. Very easily get lulled into a false sense of security.
Oh, brilliant from Bublik. Back behind him, just swinging the racket round and making contact like this. One of the shots of the week.
That's a lovely bit of skill to control it as well. Sharan actually doing all the hard work, and Rohan making an error here. Should have gone away.
Well, that's a bit better. Yevseyev right into the tee to seal the game, put them on the board first in this second set.
Wonderful length once again from Bopanna. Just allowed Sharan to get involved here. Bublik not able to deal with it.
Yet another strong serve in terms of winners, more coming from the Indians so far than their opponents.
That's the kicker. You can see how that was rearing up. Lacking a little bit of footwork there, Bublik. Looking very lethargic.
A couple of holds to love at the start of this set.
Be annoyed at that because that was on the strings. Should have been making it.
13-15.
The gold medal match in the men's doubles. We know now who will face each other in the women's doubles final tomorrow. Great from the big guy, banging it back with that two-hander.
This just took everyone by surprise. A real injection of pace here. Doesn't have actually that much court to head into either. Sharan breathing down his neck.
In the women's doubles final tomorrow, it'll be the Chan sisters from Chinese Taipei up against the Chinese second seeds, Zhu and Yang. They came through 6-4, 6-2 against Kato and Nina Mir of Japan. As the Chan sisters double bageled the Kazakh pair of Antidinova and Danilina. Kazakhstan doing a little better here, but still behind overall. 2-1 currently in the second set. Great to see a clash of the kind of styles, the big power of these two, the power, but also some finesse and the movement around the net from the Indian pair.
Yeah, especially from Sharan. You know, that is a major part of his game, to kind of mop up around the net and reflex a lot of volleys and make himself just a general nuisance, really, of that area of the court.
Said he was inspired to play by the great Leander Paes. Leander still playing.
Yes.
Although not here, unfortunately. He was due to, but then decided otherwise.
Yeah, currently playing a tournament in Winston-Salem. He's winning there. At his age, still having a lot of success. Truly loves the sport, as Leander.
And a real wizard, an artist on the court when he's on song. Sharan serving again. Sweet as you like.
He just continues to ease his ground strokes around here, Bopanna. So far out of position there, such precision hitting.
He's superb. That's mastery at the net. The first little jab he played here there, just missed that one, but this second one as well, and then the finishing shot. Shaping up to go cross, and afterwards regretting that, thinking, yeah, there was big space up the line, couldn't find it. 2 games all. So Denis Yevseyev to serve yet again. Well done to get out of that one, Yevseyev, despite strength of play again from Sharan.
Oh, it's coolly done, not snatching at it.
Bublik getting in a bit of a twist there, where to be, and it was awkward for him. Couldn't do any more than feed that back, but as you say, calmly done by Rohan. And the Indians' opportunity here. Can they step into this game now and really go for the break? Power play down the middle. Just inches long, but flinging himself again to try and make the return.
Rock solid hands right there. It's like the human wall. This thing was fired at him.
Did not flinch, did he? And Bopanna's going to look now to finish it with one big strike if he can. Bublik getting involved, had to, and just enough to make that awkward for Bopanna. Yevseyev does hold on. It's 3-2.
That's a very well timed move there from Bublik. Goes any earlier, he's going to be in trouble. Just before your opponent hits the ball, that's when you want to make the move. Any earlier, they'll be able to see the move out the corner of their eye. You want to make the necessary adjustments.
Both teams winning 78% of points on first serve. The difference coming on the second, 83% points won on the second by the Indians, 57% for Bublik and Yevseyev, but by no means out of this, very much still part of this gold medal match. And a match that has been fun to watch because the bulk of it's been with winners, big shots, not too many unforced errors. It helps when you've got both your opponents lined up, one in front of the other like that. You've got angles to play with. Yevseyev, competent volley.
So eager to get involved there, crossing, poaching.
Just keeping it within the bounds. How many smashes was that? The Kazakhs looking to hoist them again and again. The because, of course, the Indians facing the sun at this point.
Yeah, big calling there from Rohan. He wanted that one. You've got to be clear. It's got to be loud. Didn't want to make the same mistake that time. Get it away first time. And there's the difference. The slightly early move there. And Bopanna saw it.
40-50.
Hold of that. Full-blooded shot. And again, they even things up in the second set.
Bopanna actually calling for this one, but Sharan was having none of it. He knew he could get there, get good contact on it. Showing some good athleticism to get back to this one. Just put a spring in their step right now. This would be a nice time to break. Early pressure on Kazakhstan. Oh, didn't accelerate through that one. Did guide that one in. Dipping and accurate, nasty to deal with.
It could be crunch here. 3-all, 30-all, second set.
Bublik wondering why his partner's not taking that one out of the air. Questioning him once the point was done. Well, it's a smash.
Bublik can't rein it in. That double fault brings up break point. And for India, high hopes here, growing belief, no doubt, that they can grab this gold medal. They've done it more than any other nation before. It looped long, and the breakthrough comes there. And that may be sufficient for the Indian pair to go for gold. 4-3 now. They lead second set.
That's that movement from Sharan. You feel just put Bublik off, just caught his eye. That's all it takes sometimes.
Now the Indians are certainly tucking into the match itself. As Rohan goes for more supplies, but 4 times they have won in the history of the event. The men's team from India, and Leander Paes, we mentioned him, he's actually won this event on 3 occasions. A couple of times with Mahesh Bhupathi back in 2002 and 2006, but also in 1994 he did it with Gaurav Natakar.
Goes back quite a way, this Leander. He's been around for a very long time.
He won it Olympic singles bronze, didn't
yes,
he? In 96, I think it was, in Atlanta.
Yep, 45 years of age is Leander.
2 more holds could do it for India today.
Struck it so well. This is just a little unlucky. Yevseyev really did attack it nicely. Cutting the angle just wide.
Oof, nearly took his partner out there. Did you ever get one of those on the back of the head? Your partner serving?
Yes, I did actually.
It's painful, isn't it?
Jamie Delgado 1 year.
Thanks, Joe.
Bopanna couldn't risk leaving this one. I think had enough curl on it. It was going to land in.
They got closer and closer. And the combat continuing until that last volley into the net.
Sharan wasn't going to back down there. He just kept driving forward, attacking the volleys with the legs.
Yeah, he's got great energy, hasn't he?
Yep.
Ability. Bublik rather forlorn in his bid there. I mean, he didn't put much on the return, and then when he tried to crank it up, nowhere near.
Good early call once again from Bopanna. He knew he couldn't get there. Big shout of view, so Sharan kicked into action once again.
They're romping towards the title. Still well within the hour, and here they are, poised a game away from going to the gold medal. Korea has actually won more medals in this event down the years than India, 11-9. But this year ends a run of the last 9 Asian Games where they've picked up 1 medal at least. The Japanese teams, 2 of them, made it to the semi-finals, and as beaten semi-finalists, they'll collect bronze.
Good was that?
And Sharan really timed his move to hit the ball so powerfully here, but just look at this. Thank you very much.
The casual nature of it as well.
And his partner hammers through to extend the final into another game at least. It's 5-4 for the Indians. And he came here to get a medal, and he could well get first prize with the gold very shortly, Rohan Bopanna. And with Reiner's victory in the, or run to the bronze in the singles, it'll be a good return for the Indians from these championships. And of course there may be another gold medal to come. Certainly a bronze for Prajnesh Gunneswaran. He'll be playing in one of the men's singles semi-finals later on, but he's got to take on the top seed Denis Istomin in that.
Springing into action once again, getting off to the perfect start. Leaning on that one, keeping his body weight forward.
A deep breath, 2 points away. And again, out of the meat of the bat, as it were, he launches one at his opponent. That's not coming back. And the title now, there's for the taking. 3 championship points. This for the gold medal. It's doubles delight for India. A golden performance by Sharan and Bopanna to win the title and win it well. Nice to see Bublik and Yevseyev applauding them for that and giving them congratulations. And certainly the #1 team played accordingly, and it is theirs for the taking. They have won it 6-3, 6-4.
Thoroughly deserved, no question about it. They were pretty much perfection from start to finish, applied the pressure and held their nerve towards the end. Really good tennis from both of them today.
Yeah, job very well done. And for Rohan, who will play with Edouard Roger-Vasselin in New York, he can go there feeling pretty happy about the way he's performed.
Absolutely, and extra satisfaction as well, because he's come off back of quite a serious injury as well. Had a 6-week layoff after Wimbledon. He had a slight lat tear, and to come back and win a gold medal, very well done.
And Sharan, who we haven't seen so much, but who's played some good ball this year, to quarter-final run at Wimbledon, and now a gold medal to his name. Well done.
Yeah, 32 years of age, playing some of his best tennis, if not his best tennis of his career.
So let's have a look how the Indians sort of work their way through this one to victory.
Combined so well, and Bopanna did return well. Big points, break points. He was making a lot of effective ones. Always helps when you're playing with someone that can just clean up at the net like that. Really had sharp hands all afternoon, Sharan. And that was the moment. Sheer delight there on both of their faces.
And of course there will be the initial celebrations, but then the official ceremony with the medals to come, and that'll be in a few minutes' time. But we'll just take you back to the match itself and more of the highlights. Most definitely thumbs up for Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan as they briefly go off court before the medal ceremony. Preparations being made for that, but confirmation of the result in terms of overall numbers, well, those perhaps don't give you the full picture, but they indicate, generally speaking, some good serving on both sides, but ultimately the Indians are doing a really good job of protecting their serve, Arvin, and taking a couple of break points themselves to get clear in each set.
Yeah, they played the big points very well, especially Bopanna on the return serve, playing on the left court. He was getting a lot of the big points, and he had a couple of really important ones to get the breaks of serve.
And their confirmation that they are top dogs in the doubles. The Indians have achieved gold this year, and the Japanese pairs, who, as I mentioned, will be out to join the two teams from the final for the victory ceremony in a few minutes' time. Enjoy the entertainment until then.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jakabaring Sports City, Palembang, South Sumatra, Indonesia. The medal ceremony for the tennis competitions of the 18th Asian Games 2018 will begin in a moment. Bapak Ibu hadirin yang kami hormati, upacara penyerahan penghargaan pada kompetisi tenis ke-18 Asian Games 2018 akan segera dimulai. Baik, Bapak Ibu hadirin yang kami hormati, panitia pengibar bendera pada siang hari ini merupakan anggota TNI Republik Indonesia dan juga Polri Republik Indonesia, dan tentunya didampingi oleh Bujang Gadis Palembang. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is expected to be conducted with utmost respect. Therefore, it's suggested that audience will follow the ceremony with calmness and silence. During the flag raising is accompanied with national anthem. Audience are requested to stand up facing the flag. Hadirin sekalian, agar upacara ini dapat terlaksana dengan hikmat, dimohon para hadirin dapat mengikuti profesi upacara dengan tenang, dan pada saat pengibaran bendera diiringi dengan lagu kebangsaan. Para hadirin dimohon untuk berdiri menghadap bendera. Let us invite for all the medalists. Please welcome all the medalists of tennis competitions 2018. presented by Mr. Kit Sombat as the Vice President of Asian Tennis Federations and President of Lawn Tennis Association. And the mascot will be presented by Mr. Rildo Ananda Anwar as the President Indonesian Tennis Association. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medal is Yuya Ito and Yosuke Watanuki from Japan. And the bronze medal is Shujima Bukoro and Kaito Yusugi from Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, give applause please. Ladies and gentlemen, the silver medal is Alexandr, Bublik and Denis Yevseyev from Kazakhstan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal is Rohan, Bopanna and Divij Sharan from India.
Thank you very much. Di sana yang bas.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Mr. Kim Sobat and Mr. Rildo Nanda Anwar for taking pictures with all the medalists.